Hello everyone, welcome back, welcome back. You've been waiting, and now it is finally here. Oh my god, it is the live search list setup. You see here I have my live search going. You can kind of see I have my second monitor, wow, so fancy. Showing in the bottom left, you see my live search manager results going. I've got, two crit crafted Cinder Swallow PMs out. There's a Roomy PM out. It's the Windows notification. You're going to hear this bing, 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 bong, or whatever the Windows notification sound is. Every time you hear that when you're using this, that just means that you have a sick snipe coming in. Now, I have a lot of different setups this time. The max here is 20 setups. If you have, 13 here, and each of my unique meta setups has 13, and there's going to be 3 of them. I try to kind of break them up so there's not everybody using one, everybody using the other. I try to have 3 of them, and there's 7 slots in each of these. They each have 13. The max is 20 live searches at a time. So there's 7 extra spaces for you to differentiate your live searches from everybody else. Because, of course, there's always some people who say, dude, I can never get any snipes. Yeah, well, man, come on. I'm making all these live searches. Sometimes, a lot of them are getting hit really hard by everyone. Everyone's probably going to use the first one just because it's number 1. So maybe do number 2. Maybe play some mind games, just try them out, dude. They're 1, 2, 3 for meta uniques. I have fossils, div cards, scarabs, and a delirium orb live search list. These are all going to be in the description in a Google Drive. I also have a enter control V, which pastes whatever is in your clipboard, and then enter. So enter control V, enter. I have an auto hotkey macro. If you don't have auto hotkey, just go and download it. Enter control V, enter auto hotkey macro. So anytime you get a boop-a-doo from your window, you go ahead, press whatever button you set it to. Let's actually go ahead and get that up. So we'll bring this to the main monitor. So these are the searches that I have set up. See, we have harvest. This is a test. I won't upload this. But we have delirium orbs, div cards, fossils, and our 3 meta unique setups. I don't have a scarab in here right now. I'm going to upload the scarab set to my Discord. So if you want that one, go ahead and join the Discord. All right. That's fine. You still get 5 for free. It's not like the Discord really takes anything. Just join Discord and go to my live search channel in there. But we've got all of these. These will be in the Google Drive. And let me get my control enter macro. We'll put this into the Discord as well. So anytime you're in game, you can be running around. I'm running. If I got a PM here, I could press my control V enter macro. So let me just copy something to my clipboard. Ha ha ha, funny meme. I'm just going to copy this so I don't spam that last guy. So I'm running around, and I press my button, and it's going to copy it. Anytime it goes boom, 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 boom. So you don't have to, sit here in your hideout I'm going to snipe it. I'm waiting. The moment something comes through, I'm just map, dude. All right? Just map, play the game, do whatever else you want. And anytime you hear the Windows bing bong, just press your bing bong button, okay? You can do whatever you want. You don't have to sit here like some squirrel, ready to pounce at, the nut that's in the tree, waiting for it to fall. Whatever, dude. Just play your game, do whatever, and press your button when you hear the bing bong. Anyway, this is now going to be a tutorial for those of you who have not done the live search manager before. Maybe there's some of you who are like, what is going on? What is he even talking about? What is this program? Can't I just normally play PoE? Yeah, you can normally play PoE, but if you want to snipe items and get some money pretty easy and pretty fast, you can go ahead and download this program. Now, if you see bottom leftish of my screen, you'll see I have my second monitor showing. This is the PoE Live Search Manager. You can go ahead, go to the description. I'll have a link for this in my YouTube description. but it's a PoE live search manager. Instead of having a bunch of live searches in your tabs up in your browser and having to tab out of the game, find which tab it is, click it, and come back into the game and then paste it, this thing is going to compile a bunch of different live searches for you. And when a result comes through, it's going to put it here. This doesn't really matter. It's just nice to see what results you have. But the searches, as long as you have this checkbox here, they're going to come through and you can have this in game. There's no, I can be like this. It's still working. It's going to send a Windows notification in the bottom right of my screen. It's going to go boo-ba-da-doo, like you probably have heard before. I believe I had one go off at the start of the video. If not, it was like right before I started recording, so unlucky. But a Windows notification comes through. You have to enable Windows notifications for this to sort of alert you. Otherwise, you can have just the results showing on here, and you can do it off that. But the Windows bing bong, it's a loud noise, it's annoying. You just associate it with having a cool live search, and there you go. Now this is just one set here. If I go to delete all, I can import another one. So I have set 2, set 3, set 1, fossils, div card, delirium orbs. All right, so you can choose whichever one of these you want. Let's say set 1 meta uniques. It's not popping today, dude. Let's get some fossils. All right, the fossils, buy them one at a time, and you're gonna sell them in bulk. This is how this works. Some of them are gonna be expensive, so just buy the ones that are like 1 cast at a time. You're generally, if you're buying them at 1 cast at a time, if you get 10 or 20 of them, you see we have a new dense fossil. If I press my button, boom, it just pastes it in there. It's pretty cool. We've got a shuddering fossil for 11 chaos. We'll just do these as an example. Now, this is kind of annoying, this window thing. So maybe you want to just set up like one kind of meta unique thing, because when you do these fossils like this, it's going to be popping like all of the time because there's lots of fossils going on. See, another dense fossil. It's going to keep going like that. Now I'm going to delete these and we can go to another one. But you see, look at all these fossils coming through. Now this is being updated so that it is able to be used without the Windows notification, which would be very cool, because the Windows notifications do take some time to come through. I don't know when that update's coming through, but they said they are working on it. And so hopefully, for things like fossils, that'll make it a lot easier. Otherwise, the meta unique snipes for it's like a chevrons with perfect energy shield. I'm gonna go ahead and mute my Windows notification sound because it's getting a little annoying. But yeah, I mean, you get fossils, it's popping all the time, but you have to deal with the bing bong all the time. Whatever. All right. So that was one example. You see, there's tons of results. That's really good. That means fossils are popping. You can buy a bunch of fossils all of the time and sell them in bulk all of the time. Now, all right. If you download this program, all you have to do is also download my .yml .yaml files. These are going to be in the .yml setup when I upload them to a Google Drive. It's not going to be pastebin where you have to change the setup anymore. It's YAML. This is the YAML file. This is what it runs off of. These are going to be all in the Google Drive. So you just download this, go to search, click import, and then you find them. I just put these on my desktop in a searches folder, then in a harvest folder because I had a delirium search. So this is how I do mine. If you just do them whatever, you just have to import your files however you like them. Now you do have to go, before this works, you have to go to account and you have to get your PoE session ID. This is not going to work unless you have your PoE session ID. So let's go ahead and go to pathofexile.com. I'm going to do an example of how to find your PoE session ID. So we're going to go and press F12 and you go, it'll probably be in Elements or Console. you go to Application, you go to Cookies, and you find your PoE session ID, and it should be under Value. Now, if you're using Firefox, there is a Firefox tutorial. Also, if you just go to the 5K mirrors, this is the PoE Live Search Manager. So, or you just Google PoE Live Search Manager. It's really that easy. 5K mirrors PoE Live Search Manager. Here we go. It's going to have, you know, a cute little thing going on here. Live search functionality requires a session ID. So you do need to get your session ID. It has an installation here. If you need extra help, you have to click Run anyways. There's some troubleshooting. So make sure PoE.com, pathofexile.com/trade live search service works. So if it's not working, you can just go to a trade search and try to activate a live search and see if it finds anything. Your session ID can change. Make sure you keep your session ID up to date. If you log out of the website, your session ID will change. So if you log out of here, your session ID changes, and you do have to log back in. There's a limit of 20 simultaneous connections. You can only have 20 connections at a time. Now, if your notifications are not showing up, please just go through these. I can't help you troubleshoot your Windows notification stuff. You gotta figure that out. You gotta come here, and you have to go through all of these troubleshooting things. You know, check all the things here. Maybe you could go over to the top and you look at issues. Maybe there's some issues going on. Auto enter control v enter macro. Nice. This guy is wanting what I am providing as an extra little thing. But yes, that would be cool to have in your own little way. But yes, just come here. If you're having problems, please, just come here. Go to troubleshooting. You know, look at all of this stuff. You can have an IP which is blacklisted by Cloudflare. You'll know this by getting a CAPTCHA when visiting pathofexile.com. I have had some friends have this problem, and you have to get that figured out. You have to get your new IP. I don't know if you need to call your ISP or, you know, do some weird thing. But, you know, if you're getting the CAPTCHA, this isn't the problem with the program. This is a problem with your IP being blacklisted by Cloudflare because you had some malicious things going on with your internet, something like that. But yeah, come here for the troubleshooting. Otherwise, it is extremely easy. You just download it, you install it, you download my files, and you just import the files. You click them, and you're all good to go. As long as these turn to checkboxes, one by one, going down the line, they become the checkboxes. Anyway, I didn't want this to be a really long video. It's more just to put out the live searches. A lot of you have been asking me because they are really cool, and you can make a lot of money doing it. But here you go. Here are the live searches. There's a bunch of them. If one's not working, use a different one. If it's maybe not having a bunch of pings, try to add some of your own stuff to them, especially the meta uniques, right? There's 7 spots open, so you can input your own little things. Let's talk about inputting your own little things, by the way. All right, so if we open set 1 here, if we want another one, you have to keep everything formatted the same. So we're gonna press enter. I copied everything from the, you know, the quote here, copied it all, and I copied the space here. So you press enter, and I'm on this new line. I press enter here, and now if I want to search for a cool jewel, right? This is like going to be a cool jewel for me. If I'm looking for one, I can set it up like super cheap. You know, maybe I want it to be super specific on some good stuff. You copy the characters and the numbers at the end of the PoE trade search link. You don't have to activate the live search before you do it. You just search, come up here, copy, you come into your notepad, and then you put that right here, right between these slashes, boom. And then you do good rolled jewel. And when you come here, then you just save it. You can do Control S or save. And then look at that. We're going to go ahead, import it from set 1. If we go all the way to the bottom, look, it's our good rolled jewel. This is the absolute easiest way to add things to your search sets. There is another way where you can add things one at a time. You could do item name and then you do the search URL. I really don't like doing it like this because there's no place where it seems to be like saved in a file. I like to just have this actually be saved here. I'm going to delete this one though because it's not going to be very useful for all of you. Let's say your Bing went off for roomies. You've got the roomies and it's perfectly rolled. As all of these should be. They should be perfect or really, really near perfect. But what is the price? Are you going to go into the Path of Exile website, type chance to block spells? No. Just click this in the manager. Just click the link. It's going to bring it up for you. All you need to do is go to show filters and reduce the max chaos buyout. If you got your roomies, let's say you sniped it for 20 chaos, well, you can put it up for 100. You can put it up for 109. You can do whatever you'd like with it. Please don't, like, look at this guy. Look at these people. 122, 120, that's okay. That's 2 chaos off. Look at this guy though. He could not just be at 119. No, of course not. He had to put it at 110. 10 chaos lower. Just undercut by the little bit, right? Undercut by a tiny little bit. And then you see we went from 120 to 110. This guy is now all the way down to a 100. So we went from 120 to 100 chaos. Now someone else can put their flask up for 90 and it's going to just keep going down by 10. Just undercut by 1 chaos. You don't have to undercut by 10 chaos every time. I have no idea why people do this. If you're doing, it's the same with World of Warcraft Auction House. You undercut by 1%. Nobody undercuts by 10% because that's dumb. You only have to be the cheapest, even if it's only by 1 copper, even if it's only by 1 chaos. You just have to be the cheapest. You don't have to be the cheapest by 10. They're all perfect roomies, right? Just undercut by 1 chaos. This could be 118 if this guy didn't undercut by 10, and if this guy didn't undercut by 10, he could have sold his roomies for 118 if he's waiting for it. Undercut one at a time. But there you go. Let's see if we can get a Witchfire while this is going. That'd be cool just to show it off, just to flex it. I was a little bit slow there because I wasn't in game already, and I don't have the bing bong reflex or the noise on right now. But yeah, I mean, just undercut a little bit. This is how you figure out the price of the items. Go to your live search manager and just click the link. It's that easy. Anyway, we've went over, live searches. You can add your own live searches to this. We went over maybe how to troubleshoot some stuff and how to add your own things in these .yml files. It's really, really simple. You just open it up in Notepad. It really is this easy to have a bunch of live search setups. I will be updating these, although not extremely frequently. I'll update them every 3 or more days. Towards the end of these periods, they may start to be slightly unreliable. The prices might be a little weird, although I try to price some of the stuff in. I can't guarantee that a unique won't crash in value, or something, might super rise in value, and it might be a worthless slot. These are things that you have to keep in mind. If you're buying like multiple exalt items, be a little careful. If it's like a 1C item, most of the time these are going to sell for like 15 plus. You just have to keep these things in mind. I cannot be held legally responsible for any damages that occur to your chaos or exalt stashes. Whatever. You have to be a little responsible because there are like 100 searches here. Maybe one or two of them are going to be a little goofy after a few days. But most of them are going to be all right. All right. I just, don't hold me responsible. I'm trying to put all these out here. Give me a few days to update these. I can't do it every single day. Anyway, hope you guys enjoy them. Peace out. I'm streaming on Twitch. and YouTube and DLive and Mixer. So catch me literally anywhere. And I'll see you guys later. Peace out.